What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to see that daily Ravens content, make sure the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell as well if you want to get notified every single time I'll put a brand new video. Now, first off, I want to say shout out to everybody who was coming into last night's live stream before the game and after the game. I think we had 100 viewers or over 100 viewers in both the pregame and the postgame stream. So shout out to everybody that was in there. I'm actually going to be live streaming again tonight. I'm going to be talking with Matt. Matt's been on the show plenty of times. We're doing a dual stream. So we're streaming on AFS and we're streaming on TTB because we're going to be talking about Isaiah Likely, as kind of a breakout rookie that nobody's talking about. We're going to be talking about Lamar Jackson. We're going to be talking about the Ravens and, why they're going to be coming back as one of the best teams in the NFL this season, as a real bounce back. So, make sure to come through to that. That's going to be starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be up. It's going to have, a normal TTB thumbnail and all things like that. So make sure to come through to that as well. But in this video, if you did not watch the Baltimore Ravens game last night in the pregame show, one of the hosts of the pregame show was talking about how Lamar Jackson and the contract negotiations in it seemed like he had some sort of source. Now, I need to preface this video with I honestly don't know how credible this is. It could be correct, but at the same time, most people don't know. But at this, he said it on national television of a Ravens game, and he said, "Hey, the Baltimore Ravens have offered Lamar Jackson more money than Kyler Murray got, but the problem that is going on right now, or the negotiations are centered around the fact that Lamar Jackson is looking for a 100% fully guaranteed contract." And he said, "I don't believe the Ravens are willing to offer that." That is what he said on national television. Now, it wasn't from Rap Sheet. It wasn't from, Schefter or anything like that. But at the same time, he said it on national television as, a NFL on Fox, host. So I would hope that he has some sort of credibility. So I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about that type of money, because if Lamar Jackson wants a guaranteed deal, first of all, every quarterback should be looking for a guaranteed deal. That is what you should want. That is what, Deshaun Watson got. He got a fully guaranteed deal, to go over to the Cleveland Browns. Lamar Jackson's looking for that same thing. And Kyler Murray right now is the third highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And the Ravens are already offering Lamar Jackson more money than that. The question I have is, I think they will give Lamar Jackson maybe a fully guaranteed deal. The question is, do they give him a fully guaranteed $45 million a year contract, which is at probably what I'm assuming the number is at right now for what maybe Lamar wants, or they could do, because the deal that I've been saying has been around $48 million with 70% guaranteed. I've been saying about $270 million, 200 guaranteed over 6 years, I believe it was. So that's kind of the number that I've been tossing around. It is my expectation. But now that we kind of have the Ravens are offering Lamar Jackson, I can pull up Kyler Murray's contract right now, just so that everyone knows the exact numbers. I know he's making the third most money in the NFL, but he's making $230.5 million in that extension. And I mean, that's a lot of money right there. It's kind of crazy. But, the deal ended up being, I want to say it's a 5-year deal. And so 5 years, $230 million, right there, 5 times 4, 30, that's $46 million a year right there. So if the Ravens have offered more than that, my assumption is they've offered about 50, which I believe is right around where Aaron Rodgers is paid. So the question I have is, where is the budge going to happen? Is the budge going to happen from Lamar Jackson, or is the budge going to happen for the Baltimore Ravens? Because both sides want to get this deal done. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below as to what you guys think the deal will be. But I think the Ravens are probably trying to offer the same amount. Like, I bet Lamar Jackson, I'm going to just throw out a number. This number has no meaning whatsoever. I'm going to say $50 million is even. All right. Let's say Lamar wants a 5-year, $50 million contract. That's $250 million right there. He wants that deal, and he wants it fully guaranteed. Maybe the Ravens are looking at that and they're saying, okay, we will give you a 5-year, $250 million contract, but we're only going to guarantee $200 million of it, which is 80%. So those negotiations could go one of two ways. What they could do is they could say, hey, Lamar, how about this? we give you $52 million a year, and we guarantee maybe $220 million. So overall, he's making $260 if he plays out the full contract. So he technically gets more money. Or the Ravens may try and offer him and say, okay, we'll give you a fully guaranteed contract, but instead of the $50 million a year, we're going to give you $45. So you lose out on $25 million total, but you're still making $225 million guaranteed. There are two ways that these negotiations can go. And one of the sides is always going to have to budge. And typically they budge in, both sides budge. It's typically not a situation where they go, you know what? After 3 months of talking, we're just going to give you what you want. No, they're trying to, if you've ever watched, Pawn Stars or whatever, Rick's going to offer you some low budget. Best I can do is, $200. And then the guy goes, well, I want 500. And then Rick goes, okay, maybe I could do 250. And the guy goes, could you do 400? They inch closer to each other. And I think Lamar Jackson it appears based on, what came out about that and based on what would be smart as a quarterback, especially representing yourself is getting the fully guaranteed deal. And this isn't something where it's, thinking about injury or anything like that, but it's good to know. Some things happen. All right. Sometimes something happens and you're like, dang, I wish I had that guaranteed deal because something came up. Maybe he gets traded or whatever it is. I'm not trying to wish poorly on anything or on anyone, but whenever you're getting a contract, so many times we see, oh yeah, this guy, really good player. He's making a lot of money, but it's not guaranteed. So they end up cutting him. Because they feel even if it's a really good player, they end up cutting him because they know, hey, it's not going to really hurt us that bad because it's not guaranteed. I think it's always smart to try and get a fully guaranteed contract. And I applaud Lamar Jackson for doing it. But the question is, how much money is it going to be? According to that report, the Ravens have offered more than $46 million, but it wasn't fully guaranteed. And Kyler Murray's contract wasn't fully guaranteed. So are they going to get I'm going to say I highly doubt Lamar Jackson gets a fully guaranteed deal that makes him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. I doubt it. Now, could it happen? Absolutely. If the Ravens offered him, $51 million a year, fully guaranteed, whatever, we're keeping Lamar Jackson. I'm happy. That's kind of my thought process on it. But typically, if you're going to get a fully guaranteed deal, you get a little bit less money. So don't know the exact situation that's going to happen right now, but at the same time, these numbers came out, and it's something that I think, is interesting to talk about. So let me know what you guys are thinking about this whole situation. Do you think there's any truth to what this guy was saying? I can't remember who it was. It was not somebody where I was watching it and I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. He said this number, and I listened to it and I was like, where are you getting this information? That was my thought process. It was like, did Lamar tell you this? Or did did Eric DeCosta tell you this? Because those are the only two people that probably know anything about what's happening in those contract situations. But, overall, it still does make sense. The numbers that he said make sense. The Ravens offered more than Kyler Murray got. That makes sense. Lamar's better than Kyler Murray. He's done more than Kyler Murray. He's won an MVP. He's won a playoff game. Makes sense that they'd offer him more. And then Lamar Jackson wants a fully guaranteed contract. That makes sense. Everyone wants a fully guaranteed contract. So it seems like it's something that has it has reason. We don't know the exact numbers that they're at, but I felt like it was worthwhile talking about. But guys, make sure to come through to the live stream tonight. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be on this channel. And if you guys want to go sub to AFS, as well, we do that show every single Monday. We do that show, but we're talking like mostly Ravens football. So we're doing it on both streams. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content. And I'll see all of you again later tonight on the live stream.